The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Another masterpiece from Jalen Brunson. He goes for a career-high 44. Knicks were up 17 with 5 minutes or so left in the third quarter. But Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks came all the way back. They went 8 of 17 from 3 in the fourth quarter. Drew Holiday put the Bucks up 4 with 40-plus seconds to go, and that was that. As the Bucks win 111-107, the three-ball shooting in the fourth quarter, the difference. Great to have you with us. From our Delta MSG studios, Bill Pito along with Monica McNutt and Alan Hahn. So the Knicks hit the halfway point of the season, guys, at 22-19. Boy, some of these losses have been gut-wrenching. Rarely have I seen you so engrossed in wanting a win. Why was it so important, you think, big picture, to get a win tonight?
Yeah, I just think it's the opponent, obviously a championship contender type of team that is in a tough spot the way they've been playing lately. They've been struggling lately. They just got smoked in their last game. You're at home, you're up 17. This was going to be one of those hopefully kind of signature kind of wins for this team that's been on a good roll and has played so hard. And they had played so hard throughout this game. Their defense was phenomenal. They couldn't get the offense going. It was just a struggle. But they played so hard. It was, for most of this game, you just felt like they were earning this win over a quality opponent. And, man, that fourth quarter, those corner threes, they just, because they packed the paint so much, the Bucks will do this to you. When they're knocking down their threes, they get into the paint and they spray it out. And they've got three-point shooters all around Giannis. This is how the Mavericks need to build around Luka Doncic. They, from the corner three in the fourth quarter, were 4 for 6 from both corners. But in the game, that right corner was a killer. 8 of 14 on those corner threes, all on those kickouts that they just couldn't close out on.
You got right corner as a killer. I got Drew Holiday as a killer.
Well, that's the other part of the story is Quentin Grimes had him on lock for 3 quarters. And when Quentin Grimes was on the bench, Drew got going in that fourth quarter, and you couldn't turn off the water at that point.
Yeah, I do think Quentin did a really good job on him, but I think ultimately, I mean, this is a guy that finishes with 15 and 9 assists and essentially played 3 quarters because Jalen did a great job of getting him in foul trouble in the first quarter. I think the Bucks showed their championship pedigree tonight, and it stinks. I'm with you because you talk about them coming off that loss versus Charlotte. They've had 4 losses of 20 points or more.
Yeah.
So this was a team, there were 2 ways that this could go tonight, I thought, as we came into it. You got a team that's ripe for the picking in terms of the Milwaukee Bucks. And at points, it was funny, when Mike said that this is the oldest team in the league, they've got 9 guys that are 30 plus, I'm thinking they're starting to look a little old. The Knicks look younger, they look more energetic, maybe they'll hold on. But on the flip side of that age showed experience in the fourth quarter. And then the other side is the Bucks have said it, Giannis has said it, you've heard Coach Bud say it. This is a team that needed to play with some more urgency, and I thought the Bucks found that urgency in the fourth quarter.
Bottom line, guys, Knicks gave up 38 fourth quarter points, and worth repeating, the Bucks in the fourth quarter go 8 of 17 from downtown.
And they hit those 3 threes early in the fourth quarter. That suddenly turned the game. Remember, the Knicks were up by 17. They were up by 16 with 2 minutes to go in that third quarter, and all of a sudden it's a 5-point game. Then they come out, and it's all these guys, they sprayed around. Oh, look, corner 3. Connaughton knocks that one down. So you had Lopez hit one, you had Ingles hit one, Connaughton hits one, and that's really where things started to get away for the Knicks. But the Knicks, you know, Monica, you pointed it out, what Bud was talking about with his team. I think the Knicks got the best out of the Bucks. I think this is what the Bucks needed, was a game like this. And Jalen Brunson refused to let anything, like he's like, no, we're not giving up on this one. We are staying in this game. And this became, we went from a defensive grinder to an offensive game. We're down, it was bucket for bucket. And Drew Holiday got it going, where he had a very quiet night until it was winning time. Once again, look, corner 3.
You know, when you got Brook Lopez at his height doing that, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
Brook is fine. I mean, Brook.
I mean, this is good defense.
Yeah, like Brook did exactly probably what they were prepared for him to do on the scouting report. It's tough to contest Brook or Ingles or those guys as you get a look at Jalen, who refused to say win
44.
in terms of this ball game. He had a terrific ball game. But when Giannis puts so much pressure on the rim, you have to sink into the paint. And that play, you couldn't get the foul.
You got to try to get somebody there, and the Knicks were just scrambled at that point. It's a 2-point game. It was, you know, again, the Bucks played a fourth quarter that they played desperate, needed, all that stuff. But it's amazing to think where this game was at one point in the third quarter, where you were really feeling good about this Knicks team and how hard they were playing defensively and how well they were playing, even though offensively, you know, Julius Randle struggled. Like, there was some real ugly offensive moments, but still, to see this turn so quickly, it feels like there's been a couple of these this year,
I
and
think
it's tough to
when
watch.
we watch these games, we have to kind of erase what we think is going to happen.
I'm glad
in this
you
game.
said that.
It's a new, Tom
I'm glad
Thibodeau
you said
says
that.
every night in the
Game's different
pregame.
now?
It's a different game.
Yeah.
And we say, okay, up 17, 5 minutes left in the third. It's safe.
You
know what?
No.
It's
There's
not.
no such thing.
No.
Here, and I am
Or it
not,
looks good, not necessarily.
Right. I am not as upset about losing a 17-point lead. Them defended champs over there from 2 years ago. I'm not as upset about that. I think basketball is a game of runs. Both teams are participating. Woo, great, love it. I think if I look back on this thing, at 47.4, you have a chance to get a defensive rebound. It bounces off of Grayson Allen. The following play, Drew Holiday hits a three.
Yep.
Then that's the first time you're in a double possession game because it's 103-99. And so if I could have a moment back, because we've seen Jalen show up as a clutch guy. We saw the rest of that team commit defensively. Maybe the call is to put Evan back to the bench, get Grimes back in, and maybe you can keep it tight, keep it close. But that particular three off of what should have been a rebound is the moment I want back more than any.
That's when you're talking about moments. That's a huge possession.
Yeah.
There's also we can play this game all night.
Okay, let's do it.
Because there's also a possession where everything's done right defensively. Evan Fournier gets caught a little too much in the paint. Now I know that's the scheme.
Yeah.
Foot in the paint, pack the paint.
Now that's the worry about Giannis? Is that what that
But
is?
you gotta
Yeah,
know
sorta.
that I've got a shooter right over here in this corner. That
Ingles?
pass
Who
can't
hit
get
that?
there. I think that was Ingles. Or Connaughton. That pass can't
Doesn't
get
matter.
there.
They're all out
That
there shooting the
pass
ball,
can't
right?
get there, and he gets there, and it just, those are the things that this is what the Bucks do, and it happens. Again, we're gonna, because you can pinpoint. We're gonna pick on so many little things. Why? Because this was that good of a game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
This was Julius Randle having a really struggle shooting the basketball, but working his tail off guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Absolutely.
Like, physical. This was a
Absolutely.
physical game. And let me also point this out. Jalen Brunson drew 3 early fouls on Drew Holiday as almost to set this tone.
Yep.
Oh, small guard?
Yeah.
He's a big guard?
Yeah.
How small am I? Because he's not small this way.
I mean, the Knicks-
and he gets those fouls early, and all of a sudden now Holiday's out of the game, and the Knicks start rolling, and the offense is going. Like, all those little things you're talking about that you felt good about. Holiday comes back in the game, and he's getting real physical with 3 fouls, and doesn't get another whistle the rest of the game. Are you kidding me?
He took Jalen out the air on a three-point shot. That was a blatant fourth foul.
I mean, there's a couple of times where the game got physical, and you're like, all right, so now we're gonna play it this way. That's what made this an entertaining game. That's what made this a fun game, and that's what makes this such a frustrating loss, because you feel like the team that put the work in to get this one didn't get it because they just didn't have enough, and the team that kind of stole it late had what it takes.
All right, again, Jalen Brunson, 44 points, most he's ever scored. He had 18 in the first quarter, 18 in the fourth quarter. We're going to talk about his game and also listening to Coach Tom Thibodeau. His Knicks through 41 games, the halfway point, 22-19.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state area Audi dealer today.
All right, welcome back. So the Knicks back home Wednesday to host the Pacers. Pre-game 7, game at 7:30. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Go. We continue from our Delta MSG studios. Heartbreaker tonight for the Knicks, up 17 with about 17 minutes left in the game, and they give up 38 points in the fourth quarter. But, man, guys, Jalen Brunson, that's the second game in his last 3 where he has set his regular season high. Remember, last week he had 36 against the Spurs. The 44 tonight, Monica, the most he's ever scored regular season or playoff game. He had 18 in the first quarter and 18 in the fourth quarter.
Every time the Knicks needed a basket, needed to be sparked, to be put on a run, Jalen Brunson answers the call in fine fashion. And this, I'd have to ask him, but this had to be one of his tougher games to do that, because Javon Carter is no slouch. We already know about Drew Holiday as far as a defender. And so getting to his spots, while he makes it looks easy, and you talked about the physicality of this game, Alan, it was taxing, and he still manages to find 44 much-needed points for this New York Knicks squad. I keep hearing what Coach Popovich said about him in terms of this dude being a monster. Like, this is a monster performance, and it's unfortunate that we can't be talking about this performance on the heels of a big time victory. But this guy, this is an all-star. I don't care what
You know, Monica, I guess that's probably where my frustration is, right?
Yeah.
Is watching that performance and thinking to yourself, like, man, this guy deserves to get a win here. But, you know, it's just, it doesn't happen. But what you love is the toughness that really has permeated this team, and it starts with him, and obviously how Randall plays off of him. And, you know, like they each kind of took turns. Quickly had a great second quarter.
Yep.
Randall had a great third quarter. In fact, again, the way Randall was playing that third quarter allowed the Knicks to take that big lead. And then as things started to slip away, Brunson's like, all right, you know, give me back. Let's go. We're not letting this happen. That's the kind of stuff that makes you feel good about what this team is developing into, what they're becoming. But it's just the end result is the part that really does frustrate you. But I'll tell you what, his toughness, his ability to get into the paint, his strength. You know, I was saying it before, you know, small guard, he's a tough guard.
Bottom line,
Tough guard.
No size, tough, that's it, tough guard. That's all we're saying from now on.
There you go. All right, time now to listen in to Tom Thibodeau's post-game comments, as always, presented by Chase.
You up 17 in the third. Milwaukee took the lead at 9:31 in the fourth. What did you see during that stretch that led them back in the game?
I think we broke the lineup at about 5 of the third, and then we didn't close the third out well. And then the start of the fourth, same thing. So that was probably the biggest thing.
It looked like there was some good defensive possessions, but second chances seemed like they were killing you guys for a little while there.
Yeah, you know, and we knew that was one of their strengths. We thought the rebounding was going to be a huge factor in the game. I thought we did a good job ourselves on the offensive boards, but they had timely ones. I thought the threes that Holiday hit on us, and he's a big shot maker, and so I want to get a look at that to see what went down on those plays. So, and then, you know, they made threes. I thought we loaded up pretty good on Giannis, which is the challenge. And then you have to get in and you have to get out. So I want to see what that looked like in terms of challenging their threes. And then some I thought were contested very well, and they made. I thought Ingles hurt us off the bench. I thought Portis hurt us. So we'll take a look at you know, what happened with the bench.
Coach, defensively there, and speaking of Ingles, it seemed like, and specifically in the second half, it felt like every shot they were making was a three. Giannis or Drew would back down in the post, and then you guys would send help either from the weak side corner at the top of the key, and that's where those open threes came from. Was there something you tried adjusting schematically mid-game?
No, and some of it was, you know, some game plan stuff that, you know, we have to square away. So, and we'll take a look at, you know, the ones that, you know, where we did what we were supposed to do, but there was a few that were created because of overhelp that shouldn't have happened.
I was going to say a couple of them that looked like it was almost one pass and an open three. They didn't have to move the ball a lot.
Well, they trusted the pass, and I think that's, you know, there were a couple times in the first half where they caught us in transition in the post, and we were slow getting back, so we had bad matchups. And then we had to overreact and help. But we have to be disciplined. We have to follow the plan. And the ones that we could avoid where, you know, where we could be better, we have to take a look at that.
You guys didn't have any assists in the first quarter. What did you make of the start?
Yeah, you know, and I thought, and their defense is excellent. So you give credit to their defense. With Holiday and then the 2 7-footers, you know, protecting the rim, they do a good job. But I thought we moved the ball, and I thought we missed some open shots, you know. So I want to take a look at that, and then we got to trust the pass, continue to trust the pass. Probably, you know, if we had gotten more easy buckets in transition, that would have helped as well. But, you know, I like the way, you know, we attack the rim, and, you know, sometimes you get the calls, sometimes you don't, but we got to keep going.
Coach, as you said, you loaded up on Giannis, but can you talk about Julius specifically and his physicality and turning him into a player?
Well, yeah, you know, like, and that's the thing. Like, Julius gives you a great effort, and that's a tough matchup, and it's not only with Giannis, because the first part is obviously the transition, then there's the isolation, then there's the pick and roll, then there's the inverted pick and roll, then there's the dribble handoff. There's a lot of different things that you have to guard with him, and then there's the 4-5 pick and roll as well. So, and that's a lot. So that's a lot of action, a lot of work that you're putting into it. And Mitch, they go back and forth. Mitch guards him at times, and then Julius guards him at times. But that's what I love about Julius: take on the challenge and and play as hard as you can, and that's what he did. And we fell short in the end.
Julius has been so good offensively for you guys lately, and just a night where it's not falling.
Yeah, I mean, there's 82 games. You're not going to shoot a grade every night, and I thought he adjusted. I thought he was attacking the rim. I thought he could have got to the line more than he did, but I'll take a look at the film, but it looked like he was attacking the rim pretty good to me.
All right.
Up next, we have the MSG 150, DeMar DeRozan. We'll update his situation, Bulls and Celtics, and more next on the MSG 150. Knicks and Pacers Wednesday, pregame at 7, game at 7:30. Bucks come back to beat the Knicks tonight by 4. Julius Randle started 1 for 12, finished the game 9 for 29 from the floor. Here he is after the game.
I still shot him.
Yeah,
so it's miss or make league, man. And the same shots I've practiced and put thousands and thousands of hours in. So I'm not really worried about it. They'll go in next game.
You look like second half, much more aggressive, going to the rim, being around the rim.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of cutting off of Jalen, playing a little bit faster, transition, getting on the offensive glass, stuff like that.
Shots that Drew made in the last few minutes, just how tough are those to kind of guard against a guy like that?
Yeah, I think QG did a great job of playing them. Those are shots that I've seen Drew make many times, so it's great looks by him.
Defensively, you and Mitch, I guess, combined, did a pretty good job on Giannis, as good as anybody can do right now. Kind of feel like you guys did what you wanted on that end with him.
I mean, he's a great player, and it requires our whole team to be able to slow him down. And everybody did a great job of helping out, and individually just try to take the challenge and make it difficult.
Back now from the corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra. A reminder to enjoy every bucket. So Giannis at 22 points, guys, 10 underneath his average. The problem was the three-point shooting. We talked about Milwaukee for the game. They hit 19. The Knicks hit 11. Randall talking about his struggles. He went 1 of 12 from 3, Monica, and obviously that's been such a huge part of his game, hitting the 3. Started the game 1 for 12 overall, and then ended the game 1 for 12 from 3. 9 of 29 overall. 29 shots taken by him at season high.
Yeah, and he double-double, yes?
Yes.
And 5 assists.
5 assists. I'm good with the sound. I'm sure that, there's so much more studying and preparation that goes in behind the scenes that we're not privy to. But some of them shots in the first quarter, no, thank you. Let's not keep doing that. I think we talked about the opener and closer, right, in our pregame show. And I thought that Julius pressed a little bit in that first quarter. Yes, we've seen him go off like he did in the previous matchup versus the Raptors and get super hot. This wasn't that type of game early. Fortunately, Jalen balances that thing out, but I do think there was room for an improved shot selection to help avoid some numbers like that.
Alan, take us through the corner 3s made by the Bucks with the game on the line.
It's just amazing. Again, they were 4 for 6 from the corner 3 in the fourth quarter from both corners. And
Makes sense to do this from the corner 3 too.
Yeah, exactly, but you could just see like it was always either a kick out or just look at it all, just kick, swing it, boom, and they just closing out. Patience, and they knock it down. I mean, this is just what they did surgically against the Knicks throughout the game, but mostly here. And there's a classic overhelp that you heard Tibbs talking about. That was Fournier all the way into the paint for no reason, leaving Connaughton open. This is a tough one because Lopez is a good three-point shooter for a 7-footer. Hard to block, hard to close out. And the concept is because when you're playing against Giannis, is you've got to have bodies in the paint. They call it build the wall, right? And if you don't have bodies in the paint, he's going to go one-on-one. He'll beat you easy. But when you have those guys in the paint, those corner 3s are wide open. It's very difficult. You got to pick your poison. When they got hot, the game turned quickly.
Such a tough one.
Jalen Brunson, we've talked about his best game regular season or playoffs. 44 points for him tonight. We'll get his post-game reaction coming up. Knicks will host the Pacers Wednesday. Pre-game at 7, game at 7:30. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Go. Milwaukee beats the Knicks tonight by 4 despite a career-high 44 from Jalen Brunson.
I saw a championship team just kind of grind us down, chipping away, and yeah, we didn't hold up enough resistance to keep that lead. So just gotta give them credit. Now we gotta be better, but we gotta give them credit as well.
It seems so uncharacteristic of you guys early. Julius has been carrying you guys a lot early. Struggled today, and no assists as a team in the first quarter, and it still came out of it tied. You kind of feel like, despite things, you were hanging around.
Yeah, obviously we all could have played a lot better. I think end of it for me, like a couple plays in the fourth quarter that were just terrible. I had a turnover past the Obi, and then I had a turnover the next possession dribbling into Drew, and then took a bad shot over Drew in the right baseline, and then I think before that I just had a terrible pull-up three and a pick and roll. So those are 4 possessions where I wish I could have had back. But it's just, we got to continue to grind and get better. And now we got to learn from this. I got to learn from this, and I got to treat possessions like they mean the world to me. I can't just have those mistakes.
You're picking out 4 bad possessions, but your career high.
Wasn't enough, so it doesn't really matter to me. It's just the way everything just played out. I just knew I could have been better, could have been more efficient. So that's how I'm looking at it.
As you just said, Alan, it's amazing. Best game he's ever had. He said he could have done better.
Accountability.
Drew Holiday had 10 of his 15 in the fourth quarter. That was key. Bucks win it by 4. We'll be back after this. We are back, hard to believe, but we are exactly halfway through the season. Knicks, Allen, and Monica, 22-19. The Chicago loss, Dallas loss, the Knights loss. Maybe you, I don't want to cause any pain here, but maybe win those 3 and you're 25-16. But you know what? 22-19. That's all right there for 41
but still,
games.
obviously, you're in the playoff hunt. That's most important, right?
Absolutely.
Very much in playoffs. And in a game on Wednesday now against a Pacer team, you're 1 game right there with as well. Wednesday's game should be a real interesting game.
Let's get it.
So we'll see you on Wednesday, Knicks and Pacers. Pre-game at 7, game at 7:30. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Go. Up next here on MSG, it's the better half hour. Knicks up over the opponent tonight, the very difficult Milwaukee Bucks. They had a 17-point lead with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, but the Bucks came back. Manuel quickly with an excellent game tonight, but the Bucks were on fire from downtown when the game mattered. And Jalen Brunson went for 44 in the loss. Big minutes there from Drew Holiday late as well. Thanks for watching.